Good morning, everyone, once again. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of The Listening Room. Today is, this is the show where I kind of talk about and show some of the stuff I'm listening to in my spare time. I use that term spare time pretty loosely because I don't seem to have a lot of that lately, but I try to squeeze in as much listening as I can that's not listening for stuff I either need to write about on the website or talk about and show off to you here on YouTube. So, got some cool things here. A lot of stuff accumulated, man, between stuff I'm buying and stuff labels are sending me and bands are sending me and some of you great viewers are sending me. It's just, man, it's never ending here, never ending. So I got a couple cool releases here that I want to show off from our longtime viewer, Anthony. Thank you so much, Anthony. This first one is band Scope, instrumental prog fusion band Scope from, God, when is this from? 1974. Were these a German band? I'm trying to remember exactly where they're from. I'm pretty sure they're from Germany. Hold on. The Netherlands. Sorry, I know it was somewhere over in that neck of the woods. Anyway, very, very cool music. Tasty keyboards and flute and guitars, and if you like, kind of like that early '70s kind of fusion sound, definitely worth seeking out. I dig that. Also, courtesy of Anthony. Again, Anthony, thank you so much. Steve Hillage, live at Rock Palace, CD DVD set. Man, this is absolutely fantastic. If you're a fan of guitar legend Steve Hillage, of course, got plenty of great solo stuff, but also very notable for being a member of Gong for many years. Here you have a performance from 1974 with Clive Bunker on drums, formerly of Jethro Tull. Great set. You got Salmon Song, Hurdy-Gurdy Man, Solar Music Suite, Lunar Music Suite, It's All Too Much, Electric Gypsies. You got the CD has most of the stuff from the DVD. It cuts off a couple tunes, but the DVD performance, absolutely stellar. I mean, these guys were completely on fire this night, man. Just some of the kind of spacey arrangements and fiery guitar solos and the glissando guitars, and it's just really, really, really good performance. Been listening to that like nonstop. Let's see. We got a recommendation from another viewer, Rand Kelly. Crack the Sky, Alive and Kicking Ass. So this is actually, I can't tell you how many times people have written in the comments over the last year, Pete, what about Crack the Sky? Pete, what about Crack the Sky? When are you going to talk about Crack the Sky? Pete, I can't believe you don't like Crack the Sky. Pete, do you like Crack the Sky? Pete, have you ever listened to Crack the Sky? Pete, have you ever seen Crack the Sky? Do you have any Crack the Sky albums? When are you going to rank the catalog of Crack the Sky? I've never owned any Crack the Sky until recently. Never even heard a lick of their music until recently. So Rand was nice enough to send me a link to a video or what have you, and was raving about this live album, which was recorded in 1978 at the Agora, right? Well, this includes live performances from the Tower Theater in Philly and the Agora in Cleveland in 1978 during the Safety and Numbers tour. Again, I had never listened to Crack the Sky before. Didn't know him from a hole in the wall. Always heard the name, but just, I listen to a lot of bands. You can't listen to everybody, right? So I decided to go pick up this live album, which from everything I was reading and hearing is probably their definitive live album. It includes a lot of their really greatest tracks, and a lot of people were saying they were better live than they were in the studio. So I figured, all right, I'm game for that. I love live albums, right? Why not? So I picked this up. This is smoking. In fact, I went and listened to some studio versions of songs that are on here, and I think the live versions are way better. And these guys remind me so much of Max Webster. Max Webster, maybe a little city boy, but maybe a little heavier at times. They got that quirky nature going, the catchy hooks, the insane musical workouts, the guitars and the keyboards. And it's really fun band, great arrangements, very quirky, challenging music that rocks pretty hard. I dig this. Enjoying that quite a bit. What else? So, I hear you guys loud and clear. Everybody wants a Steve Hackett ranking the albums show. I've been watching the comments by the hundreds for the last couple of months, especially since I had Hackett on the show, and I've done a lot of Genesis themed shows. So the problem is, Hackett's got so many albums. I have a good chunk of them, but I was like, how am I going to do a ranking the albums when I'm missing probably 9 of his albums at least? So I've decided to go order them all so I can start to digest them, so I can actually do a proper Steve Hackett ranking the studio album show. So they've been slowly coming in. I've picked up The Night Siren. It's one of the ones I didn't have. Very, very fine. And then Darktown. Also very, very cool. Both of these are really good, and most of the Hackett stuff is great. Very eclectic, a lot of varied stuff on there. You got the prog and the harder rock, the folk, the kind of like avant-garde stuff, the pop stuff. I mean, it's just Hackett's always like all over the map, but in a good way, and just fantastic guitar work. I mean, it's you look back on his career in Genesis. And, Genesis wasn't really a guitar band ever, but he injected plenty of great guitar moments. But it's really cool to listen to him on his own, where he can do as many guitar moments as he likes, and he does. And it's just like, you're like, wow, this guy is like so unique of a player, so great. So I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the stuff in that I haven't had previously or heard previously. What else? I realized I never had these, so I got April Wine, Animal Grace, and Walking Through Fire. It's a BGO 2-in-1 collection. This probably completes all I really need to have from April Wine, and like I said, I've actually been listening to a lot of April Wine lately in hopes of bringing you a Ranking the Album show in the not-too-distant future. That's probably coming over the next couple weeks. All right. So this pretty good stuff. Again, more of their kind of commercial period, but still very, very solid. Let's see. So Jeff Young and I have been talking about doing an Alice in Chains Ranking the Album show. I know a lot of people have asked for Alice in Chains, and I realized I had never gotten any of the albums post death of Lane Staley. Okay, Staley. With their more recent singer, and I know so many people rave about it. I was like, all right, let me pick them up. So I picked them up really cheap. So I got Black Gives Way to Blue. All right, Rainier Fog. Is it Rainier Fog or Rainier Fog. And then The Devil. Oh, God, what is the title of this? I'm not wearing my glasses, and it's all in red. And I just got these recently. The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. These are quite good. I was actually very impressed at how solid these are and how just sounded like classic early Alice in Chains they are. I mean, it's like there's almost like no difference. Really good stuff. Nice mix of moody rockers and good heavy doomy things. Just like their first couple albums. So I'm pretty impressed. So that'll be coming from Jeff Young and I over the next couple weeks. Let's see. Martin Popoff and I did that ranking the studio albums of Trouble recently, and there were a couple that I did not have physical copies of. Well, I've taken care of that. So you got the Trouble self-titled, which is dynamite. You got Manic Frustration that I picked up. And then, of course, Plastic Greenhead. Okay. I always heard these albums, never had copies of them, so now I do. What else? Stephen Reed and I are working. I mean, you can see, a lot of your channel donations go into me purchasing additional music to fill holes to be able to do catalog rankings and things like that. So Stephen Reed and I are going to be doing over the next couple of weeks ranking the studio albums of IQ. So here is the lone IQ album I did not have on CD, Resistance. This is their most recent album. I believe this came out last year or 2018, something like that. So double disc set. I believe this is a concept album, if I'm not mistaken. So I got that. So I'm looking to digest that so we can do our full IQ ranking the album set coming up. So all right, so get this. So you've probably seen me wear the shirt or hear me talking about it, but there's a local brewery. There's a couple of really great local breweries right within 10 minutes of my house. But one right across the river in Beacon, New York is called Industrial Arts Brewery. So they, during this pandemic, they have not opened to come in. You can't go in and drink or sit outside and eat and drink type of thing. You can only go there and pick up, cans of their beer. So they do curbside pickup. So I've been doing that, periodically, once or twice a month. So a couple weeks ago, I went there. to go pick up some beer, and the manager of the place was a very cool guy, and I talked to him all the time, but we never ever talked about music. He doesn't know who I am, or vice versa, other than the fact that I go there and drink their beer, right? So he was there, filling in orders and getting ready people to show up, and I show up and ready to pick up my order. He's got this very cool, like, instrumental, spacey music playing. It's kind of space rocky, kind of fusion-y, sort of, with some really cool keyboards and guitar, and I'm listening to this, I'm like, wow, what is this? So he's like, oh, he goes, and I don't know whether he was playing a CD or whether he was, dialing in from Spotify or something like that. I don't really know. He goes, oh, yeah, it's this German band called Agitation Free. I'm like, that's Agitation Free? It's like, man, I have heard of them forever, and I've just never gotten around to listening to them. He goes, oh, man, the music is so good. He goes, they only had like a handful of albums, but it's all really, really good, really spacey. And we started talking music, and then I told him, who I was and what I did, and he was like, oh, cool. I gave him a card, all that sort of thing. Long story short, I went out like immediately and ordered some Agitation Free. So I got, let's see, what do I got here? I got their second album, Agitation Free Second. All right, Agitation Free Malesh. And then I picked up this kind of like little box set here. It's got their album Last, their album Fragments, and Live 1974. Those are the albums right there. So I basically got them all, except for they did like a recent album a few years back. That's the only one I did not pick up because it was quite pricey. But these are like all the classic era ones. And digging these. Digging them. Pretty cool, kind of head trippy music if you like kind of like space rock and fusion and that kind of like, it's kind of sort of kraut rocky, but not really. All right, so very cool. All right, so what do we got here? Peace and Quiet. Very cool little nugget from the 70s. I ordered that. Basically, I saw Ken Golden from The Laser's Edge made a post on Facebook about how he recently got the LP of this, an original pressing of the LP, and how great it was. And I was like, oh, I need to probably get a hold of that because I take Ken Golden's recommendations very, very highly. And Ken, if you're watching, thank you. So I was able to secure a CD copy of this. However, due to like, you know what's going on with shipping worldwide, if you order anything from outside the U.S., especially anything from like, Eastern Europe or what have you, it takes an eternity to get here. So this took like 5 months to get here. I just got it last week. Very, very cool stuff. What else? What else? I think I showed you this, guys. Zyor, Before My Eyes Go Blind, the complete recordings. That's very, very cool. Cool, like 70s obscure heavy band. I also picked up that Sir Lord Baltimore 3-disc compilation put out by Esoteric Records because I always had the first two albums on a 2-on-1 set. Now, I got their third. It's a cool little mini LP style booklet type of thing. So pick that up. What else? I'm hoping to do a Mott the Hoople ranking the albums at some point. Just trying to find time to listen to everything. So I picked up the original album classics little box set here, which has all those all those albums on it, all the latter period stuff. And then our viewer Nick was kind enough to send me Mott the Hoople Mental Train, The Island Years. All right, so I basically have the whole Mott the Hoople catalog here. I just need to, like I said, kind of digest it, get ready to talk about it, which is always the interesting thing for a band that I don't have a lot of history with. I never really listened to Mott the Hoople much other than that classic live album. What else? Let's see. Rare Earth. Have I showed you all the Rare Earth stuff here? I picked up a bunch of Rare Earth things. So they've remastered and reissued a good chunk of their catalog. And so I got these like kind of cool like mini LP replicas, and even the CDs themselves look like little mini vinyl. Grand Slam, come with the Obi stickers and everything else. Band together. I dig Rare Earth a lot. Back to Earth. They're kind of like they were like one of the only kind of like white bands on Motown Records, and their music kind of was very very. I mean, granted, they did a bit of soul and R&B too, but at their core, they were really good, like kind of like melodic hard rock band. Not unlike, especially vocally, I always thought they sounded a lot like Grand Funk Railroad, just not quite as raucous and garage rocky, a little more refined in their music. Yeah, as you can see, I got a shitload of Rare Earth. I got pretty much the whole catalog here. And it's great that they kind of reissued all of these albums. What do you think about that cover, huh? One of the worst album covers ever? Alrighty. And that's the Rare Earth catalog. So yeah, so I'm busy digesting those so I can do an album ranking of theirs in the not too distant future. What else we got here? New Udo, Dirk Schneider and Company. All right, Simon Bray will be coming on the show hopefully next week, so we can he and I can kind of talk about. I don't know if I showed this one here, another Rare Earth CD. Getting ready to talk to Alex Skolnick tonight, so of course I've been listening to a lot of this killer New Testament album, Titles and Creation. God, what else? Jeez. I've gotten some more Jethro Tull kind of box set things, but I'm not going to show them now because Jack Toledano and I are doing a show this weekend talking about like all these cool Jethro Tull reissues and box sets and things like that. So there you have all sorts of cool stuff. 15 minutes of what Pete is like spinning lately. And God, what am I been listening to on my walks and things? What did I listen to yesterday? God, I can't even remember. That was just yesterday. Oh, too much going on. Oh, I've been listening to on my walks a lot of like classic Rainbow, classic Rush, because obviously doing a lot of shows of these bands, you kind of got to revisit the catalogs and things like that. So, but specifically, what was I listening to yesterday? Man, I cannot remember. Oh, well, I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. So anyway, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. So happy Thursday to everybody. We'll see you tonight with Alex Skolnick from Testament, one-on-one with yours truly. It should be a very cool interview. I'm sure he's got lots of cool stuff to talk about. So we'll see you all then, all right? Take care. Bye-bye.